Here we go with another Wi-Fi battle versus JaiBoyTV. This is a RU Wi-Fi battle. I lead off with my Galvantula. He leads off with his Yuxi. This is my first RU match, recorded match. So let's see. I went for the bug boss. He went for the thunder wave. My bug boss did over half health, half damage to him. With lefty's recovery is going to be a 2-hit KO, almost 3. And he decides to switch into his Shellgun, sorry. I decide to go again for the bug boss. That it's going to be a 4th hit KO. He decides to go for a double edge, and that brings me to half health. I decide to go again for another bug boss, and no, it's going to be a 3-hit KO, but I decide to switch into my Ferocity to take the double edge. Iron Barbs hurt him. Mine is a Ebolite Ferocity, same set as my Ferrothorn. But yeah, he decides to go into Wish, and I was like, oh god, can Shellgun learn Wish? And I just googled it, and I found that yeah, he can in an event. But yeah, I decided to go into Leech Seed. It was a big misplay by my part. And yeah, he knows he can do nothing to my Ferocity. He decides to go into his Oxy again, and I went for the Leech Seed. It's a very cool guy. It's from the site. I'll post in the description, and you will find very good people over there, very cool guys. And yeah, I decide to go into my own Oxy. He decides to go for the knocking off my Choice Scarf. And yeah, I do get the Leech Seed recover, and that brings me to all my HP. And yeah, he decides to use Steel Rock while I decide to go for the Light Screen. And yeah, this was a very close match. You will see later in the game that this turns to his part of the game. And yeah, he decides to switch out into his Drapion. Yeah, his Drapion. I decide to go for a U-turn knowing that he will switch. And I went out to my Yanmega, but I forgot about Steel Rocks, and I was like, fuck, my Yanmega is at medium HP. But yeah, I went for the Air Slash, and I was hoping to get a flinch, and I did get the flinch. It was a very cool hacks, good for me, bad for him, sorry. And yeah, he decides to switch into his Oxy, and I went for the bug boss. Either he will have to switch, or anyways, with the bug boss I was sure I will have KO'd him, because he wasn't at medium health or nothing. It was a safe KO. But anyways, he goes into his Shellgun, and yeah, I go for the Air Slash, hoping to get the flinch hacks, and yeah, I do get it. And I was like, oh crap. But yeah, bug boss will have KO'd him, I think. But anyways, he decides to go into his Drapion again to take the bug boss. And yeah, that's all. You did nothing in the match, Drapion, so bye bye. Nice to meet ya. And now my Yanmega is +4 speed, I think, and that's a lot. He sends in his Aselgor. I don't know, just to make sure I will have for an attack, I don't know. And he decides then to send his Shellgun out, but I think he didn't remember about the Steel Rocks, so he dead by the Steel Rocks. He sends out his Bowfalant, and I go for the bug boss. He went for the Swords Dance because he thought the Life Orb recall damage will have KO'd my Yanmega. But yeah, it was like misplay by his part. But anyways, we both made some very good misplays by both of the sides. He decides to go into his Aselgar to take the hit and to save his Bowfallen for later. And yeah, I do get the hit into his Aselgar and I KO him because Bug Boss is neutral damage to him, and since I'm life 4, modest max special attack. And yeah, my Jan Mega is over. It was a cool sweep. I decide to go into my Omastar. He decides to go into his Manectric. And at this point, look at the match. The fucking match turned to his part of the game. I did a fucking big misplay, but this part I sent off my Mandibus. He goes for the Thunderbolt, and I was like, fuck. But yeah, I do leave that because I'm max special defense. And at this point, he thought I will go into my Ferocid to take the Thunderbolt, and he go for the Flamethrower, but no, I go for the Rust. But anyways, if I will have gone for the Toxic, I think that the score of the match will have been older. But it was a very cool match. Very close match, very fun match. He's a very cool guy. You should check his channel. He has very cool music videos, so I'll leave you the link in the description. And yeah, my Mandibus is dead. I went to my Oxy. He goes for the Thunderbolt. I went off for the light screen. Yeah. And I go for the trick now. I don't know why, but yeah. As I said, I'm new to the RU match, and I don't know, it was fun to me. He goes again for the Thunderbolt, and that does like 50 damage, and I get the hacks, para hacks, and I went for the Reflect. I don't know why. I don't really know why. I will have switched instead of going for a Reflect into my Ferocid, but I don't know why I did that fucking misplay. He decides to go into his Electro Ball, and that does like 20-30 damage. He goes into Flamethrower, and I leave that with a decent amount of HP. I go for the Leech Seed instead of Gyro Ball, and that was another big misplay by my part. And yeah, I also leave this Ferocid as Death Father, and I'm dead. I think I have like 2 Pokemon left only. Yeah. And I send my Oxy back. He goes into his Electro Ball. That does KO me. And my last Pokemon. No, I have 2 Pokemon left. My Galvantula and my Omastar. He decides to go into Flamethrower. And yeah, it was a cool mandatory sweep. Very fun game. Very entertaining match and close one. Sorry. And my Omastar is dead, and I was like, oh shit, we will dinner shrimp. Well, see ya guys.